Good evening, YouTube, and welcome back to Fat Cat Collections, and happy 2020, happy new year. So we're going to be reviewing a watch today, the first watch review of 2020. I can't believe we're in 2020 already. It's just like 2019 like blew by. It seems like we just had Christmas, and well, here we are. So anyway, so I want to share with you guys a watch today that was sent to me a couple weeks ago. It's a company I reached out to a couple weeks ago called Feice. It's F-E-I-C-E. They're kind of what I would consider a micro brand company. I know some of you may give me slack for that. By my definition of micro brands, any brand, whether it's very inexpensive or extremely expensive, that's just not very well known, that you're not going to find in a big box store, something you're not going to walk into a Macy's or a JCPenney or any jewelry store and find. It's a brand that you have to get on the internet or directly through the manufacturer. Now, some of you might, I always got to hit the snobs, but just like there are luxury watch snobs and Rolex snobs and Omega snobs and AP snobs, there are micro brand snobs. And micro brand snobs have a very specific list that they consider a micro brand. And I've had disagreements by a couple nasty micro brand Facebook groups where I posted a picture of a watch, and I forget which watch it was. They're like, that's not a micro brand. And I'm like, well, these aren't really, it's Delta T. Delta T was sold in like one store, and you can't even get them anymore. You have to get them directly through the manufacturer or through the manufacturer's eBay listing page. There might be one other person selling them. So Delta T is a micro brand. You're not going to find Delta T anywhere. Like, you really have to seek them out. You have to find them, either get that watch through them or on eBay. There's very few sellers, if any, selling those watches. So I had posted a picture of a Delta T, and some guy's like, that's not a micro brand, and I got banned from the group. So there are just nasty people in general in every group. Yes, there are micro brand watch snobs, but by my definition, I love all watches, and by my definition, I consider any watch a micro brand that just doesn't get a lot of exposure, that you're not going to walk into a big box store or a chain store and find. It's a watch, like, I don't consider INVICTA, even though INVICTA you're not going to find really in a lot of stores that if you were to walk in, but you will find INVICTA like in K Jewelers. I think K Jewelers. I know I've seen them at a couple of jewelry stores in the mall. You will find them on Walmart listings and Kmart. Like, it's a really big brand. People have heard about them. So I don't consider INVICTA micro brand at all, but I do consider this brand a micro brand, just like I would consider Visser Dive watches or Aqua Dive. Even though those are a little bit higher tier watches than this, they're just, a lot of people haven't heard about them. So, and again, you're gonna have to find them through the manufacturer or on very few websites. So I do consider Feice a micro brand, and you guys can agree or disagree. I don't care. So the one I want to talk about today is a Bauhaus style design, which is basically a very minimalistic style watch. The name Bauhaus comes from, I'm just going to read it right off the website here, right off Google. From 1919 to 1933, Bauhaus was sort of a utopian school of art, craft, and architecture that has had a major and lasting effect on modern design. Bauhaus-inspired watches are a perfect fit, as their minimalistic design makes them elegant enough to be a dress watch, yet simple enough for everyday wear. Now, I have a lot of what I would consider Bauhaus-style watches in my collection. They're basic. They're dress watches that just aren't going to, they're more for the purpose than something that's going to, like this. This is not a Bauhaus style watch. This is meant to be noticed. This is meant to have a wrist presence. This is meant to start conversations. A minimalistic design watch isn't. It's meant for the purpose of telling time. It's a small, subtle fashion piece. Just meant to be, I would consider, now don't get mad at me, INVICTA lovers, classy. This, I don't consider this a classy watch. I consider this a watch, a fun watch, a beautiful quality watch, don't get me wrong. A watch that's going to get noticed, that has a lot of personality. Just like a Ferrari is not a economical, quiet, subtle car. It's meant to be noticed. It's meant to say, hey, look at me. Okay, so, but let's talk about the Bauhaus. So this is the presentation. You guys know I never really get too involved in showing off the box. It's a box. I have other watch boxes and safes I keep all my stuff in, but for those of you maybe buying a gift, it is always nice to have that presentation. Somebody unwraps it. I got my brother-in-law father a Casio G-Shock for Christmas. They loved them, so happy, and it's nice to have a case rather than just be wrapped in paper, right? So you see that Feice logo right here, kind of in this kind of, I don't know if you'd consider it embossed, but like a chrome. It's pretty basic. That's their logo. Navy blue, just standard cardboard box. And of course, there is the watch on the inside. So let's crack it on out of here, get rid of the box, because we're kind of done with that. So, oh, you do get a small instruction manual here. Although this is pretty straightforward, there's not really much you need to, it's more of a thank you for purchasing their product. So, and they do have a website. You can check out all the specifics. I'll put links in the description where you can buy this for the best deal. In this case, it is going to be through Amazon. So this is what the watch looks like. You can see very minimalistic, basic design, what you'd expect from a watch. Again, just more for the purpose, more for just something that's going to fit under a dress shirt very well. But again, you can wear this with jeans and a button-up shirt or a t-shirt. I'm a pretty casual person, so I wear, you know, like I said, you wear what you want to wear when you want to wear it. You don't have to listen to what people tell you. Oh, you need to wear this when you're doing this or that. You know, the only thing I've ever said about I guess wearing a watch in a specific setting, kind of like I'll reference that with cologne. You don't wear something over the top, let's say to a job interview where you may offend anybody. Although if you get offended by cologne or a watch, you really need, you really got to figure your shit out. But I mean, seriously, there's so many other things in the world to be upset about than somebody wearing cologne or wearing a watch that's big and gaudy or I mean, worry about yourself. Always do what you like and what makes you happy, and screw everybody else. But I will say again, if I was going to a job interview, I would not wear this, just because people are very judgmental. Unfortunately, it would be nice to be able to go into a job interview or a meeting and wear something like that and not have anybody judge you. You know, as far as your intelligence or your character. It's a watch. It's meant to be fun and meant to be enjoyable. But that's the world we live in. So something like this, I would definitely wear for a job interview. Something subtle, be it something that's, you know, for the purpose, of course. So, and I'm sorry this is not really focusing too well today. But again, check the links, check out the pictures. You can see all that stuff. So you do have some markers at the 12, 6, and was at 4 and 9 o'clock position, kind of these little red, I kind of consider them indices. And then of course you have your white indices all the way around the face. You have at the 6 o'clock position your seconds indicator, and then of course your day of the month window. There is no cyclops on this, so it is pretty small, but it is legible if you have decent eyes, of course. So let me talk a little bit about the specifics on the watch. This is model number F506. It is available in a black band white face, or the one that I'm showing you guys today, the black on black. That's the option I chose. I originally reached out to them for one of their homage watches to the AP Royal Oak. I'm hoping at a later date I can get my hands on that and share it, because I know if you guys are like me and a lot of my subscribers who do watch my videos or in my channel for the watch part of it, you like the bracelet watches, and I'm a bracelet watch guy. So dress watches, for me, although I have a lot in my collection, I've worked at a lot of different companies, I like them, I still wear them, I gravitate more towards bracelets. So I do hope I get my hands on that, on the AP Royal Oak homage watch at a later date. It was the one I originally wanted, but they were still nice enough to start off with sending me this watch to share with you guys, give you guys some, give the brand some exposure. I think it's pretty nice looking brand. It reminds me of some of my Sterling and Alexander watches that I have. So let's talk a little bit more. It's got a curved mineral crystal, or it says curved mineral mirror that has high light transmission and wear resistance. A lot of times there is a little bit of a language barrier on these Amazon or listings or these companies, but it is just a curved mineral crystal, as you can see. It's not sapphire, it's just a standard mineral. And guys, I've never, people make a really huge deal about sapphire, and I understand it is more scratch resistance, but it's also more subject to shatter. So, it's a toss-up. You want something more shatter-proof, you don't get sapphire. You want something scratch resistant, you get sapphire. INVICTA has their Flame Fusion. Who else? Some of the earlier Rolex watches had plexiglass. So, it really, you be careful with what you wear. You work hard for your money. You spend your money on stuff. Don't be out there building a rock retaining wall wearing your nice watch, or any watch for that matter. But if you want to, by all means, go ahead. So it is an automatic watch. This is powered by a Seagull automatic movement. You do have an exhibition window on the back. It is a non-screw down crown, which is pretty standard on a dress watch. You do get 3 ATMs of water resistance, which I would recommend with that kind of water resistance. This is my opinion. You not shower with it or dunk it or go swimming with it. It's really meant for just a little bit of splashing and of course, rain. That's pretty much the extent of it. It says here, just right off the website, when using the watch for the first time, please manually wind the crown to start your watch. Rotate the crown about 20 laps and get enough energy for it. The watch can't get enough energy. It works slowly or stop working. That's kind of common sense. They do have listed on here that you'll be able to get full 8 hours of wear with the watch, but the Seagull movement that they put in this right above that line says you get a 30-hour power reserve with this watch. So again, a little bit of a language barrier. I think they meant you'll be able to wear this for your whole work day, but it does have a 30-hour power reserve. Again, that information is directly off the website. Again, I mentioned day of the week, or day of the month, excuse me, and of course your second hand, or your second dial at the 6 o'clock position. And it is made of stainless steel. You have a genuine leather band, a hook buckle, standard belt buckle on the back, which is kind of got a chiseled look to it. Pretty basic. It's meant to be a minimalistic, simple watch. That's what you're getting with this watch. Mineral crystal, of course, sweeping second hand is what it says it has, but let me just double check that and confirm that. It does have a sweeping second hand, which is pretty hard to see because the dial is so small there, but again, it is a sweeping second hand. It is a Seagull automatic movement, but they don't mention which reference number or which caliber. As far as case diameter, you have 1.5 inches in diameter, 0.39 in case thickness, and band width is 0.79 inches. Wrist circumference, you can be up to 8.26 inches in your wrist. In your wrist, guys. And weight 52 grams. So pretty straightforward. This watch, as far as price point, is available directly off the Amazon website for the price of $159.99 shipped with free returns should you not like the watch. Now let's talk a little bit more. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like on the wrist. I'm just going to go ahead and just show you guys a few more close-ups before I do that. And again, guys, I know sometimes you guys will tell me, oh, you can't really see it, you don't focus in that well on it, but just look at the pictures. I mean, because a video, this is a review. This is me giving you guys my opinion of what I think about the product and the, and the watch. In this case, it's, you can see the close-up picture. So, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm always here to help you guys. So let me take the tag off here, and we'll go ahead and throw it on the wrist and give you guys an idea what it looks like on me. Now, I'm about 5'7.5", weigh about 185 pounds right now, and I was about 189. I fluctuate, depending on whether I'm working out or not, which I'm not right now. I've just been sitting on my ass, not really doing too much, which has been kind of nice. But I generally my weight will fluctuate. Right now, I actually quit drinking beer, which was a long struggle for me there. I love beer. I did in the past, but let's face it, all things come to an end at some point, and I just prefer at this point just to let that go. So with that, naturally I'll be dropping some weight pretty easily. I'd like to get down to about 160, but right now I'm about 183, I think. So this is what it looks like on a guy my size, my height, and my weight. I have a 7-inch wrist, so give you an idea of what it looks like. Now, a lot of times on their pictures that they show on websites, I know the ones that they show on the Amazon listing, the watch looks a lot larger. They're definitely using a guy who's very trim, very thin, and has extremely small wrists. I'd say 5.5 to 6 inches. So on the pictures, it definitely looks a lot larger. You can see, obviously, on me, it's a smaller style watch. And I think as far as I'll give you guys the diameter, but let me give you guys the measurement in millimeters here. You'll get about 39 millimeters in case diameter. So for you guys who love smaller watches, who may not like the INVICTA watches, this might be a perfect fit for you folks. So I'll give you a couple more shots in a second here. As far as, my opinion on the watch, I do look forward to getting some of their other style watches. I think that this is a watch that kind of is on par with, if you see me review the Star King watches, they range in price from $50 up to about $200. They do use a Seagull automatic movement. Seagull automatic movements are pretty much a very entry-level, inexpensive automatic movement out of China, which is nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, again, everybody's gonna have different price points and different, I guess, wants and needs. And, you know, like for me, as I said before, the guys out there will say, oh, well, you don't have a Rolex because you can't afford one. Well, I have 150 watches in my collection. So again, decent amount were part of sponsorship deals, of course, but a lot of those watches, most of them I bought myself. And, you know, again, they all get wrist time. I like all watches. But for me, I don't personally, it's the same reason for you car audio guys who watch me for that, I'll come back. It's the same, it's like anything, you know, you have to see the, I guess, the value in having, you know, in spending a certain amount of money. For me, the value, again, I'm not I'm not a rich guy, so if I was filthy rich and money was no object, yeah, I'd probably have a Rolex just to say I had one. But when you look at the price on what you're getting, I would never spend the money. I'd much rather have a lot more. I'd rather a variety in my collection than one or two really expensive watches. You know, there are differences in quality, of course, but not, again, and I always go back to the argument, not what you actually. Watches have huge markup, guys, no matter what brand you go with. It doesn't matter what it is, there's huge markup on every brand. I will say, though, INVICTA has like the lowest markup. I don't care. That's a whole different argument, but you do get a lot of bang for your buck. But there's lots of great watch companies out there that give you a decent watch for the money. You know, when you compare this to, say, a movement watch. Now, nothing wrong with movement. My buddy likes them. You know, if you compare the cost, the price on this, $159 with a Seagull automatic movement compared to a movement watch, you're going to get a comparable watch, but you're going to get a quartz. I'd rather have the automatic. You know, when you compare this to Star King, that's kind of on par. You know, there's, and again, you know, I don't want to go tell you guys which is a better deal, you know, whether you should go with this brand or that brand, but I think it's a nice watch for the money. I think that, you know, everybody likes them different. You guys know I'm more of a big INVICTA chunky watch kind of guy, but there are times where, again, I wear very minimalistic small dress watches, and, you know, I think there's a time and a place for every watch. So I want to thank Feice for their generosity in sending me this watch to share with you guys on the channel. I think it's definitely of decent quality, automatic movement, $159. So I'm going to find out if they have a coupon code. They might have mentioned. I work with so many different brands. I'm getting so many emails every single day that a lot of times I'll get a product, I'll put it out there and review it, and then I forget. Sometimes they'll send me a coupon code and I'll forget to put it on there. So right now, if there is a coupon code by the time this uploads, I will put it in the description. As of right now, again, it's the FM506 Bauhaus Feice automatic watch. It is a unisex watch, so a lady can wear this as well. And check it out. Check out the listing. You may like the white variation, and definitely check out their Amazon store, which link will be in the description as well. If you do go to the Amazon link, just click the Feice right at the top of the title. Just click that Feice, their Feice hyperlink, and I'll show you all the different watches. Definitely check out their AP Royal Oak. That watch I definitely want to get my hands on because it is a bracelet version watch, more my style, and I think my subscribers definitely, you know, I like the homage watches too. I think they're pretty cool. I think it's, you know, I like all watches. So anything I can add to my collection is great. They all get wrist time, and, you know, like I said in the past, you know, like when I'm hanging out, just watching movies stuff, like I'm not gonna wear this. This is like going out. I'd say to go get a beer, but that's, you know, now it's just gonna be to get a water. It's kind of odd to say, but yeah, I mean, you know, if I'm gonna go out to a restaurant, go out to eat, I might want something a little larger, depending on what I'm doing. Sitting around the house, I don't want to have this on my wrist when I'm watching a movie or going to bed. You know, I want something very small, clean, lightweight, something you don't really feel that. You don't notice it. So check it out, guys. Let me know what you guys think. If you have this product and you have any concerns or questions or problems, definitely drop me a comment, drop me an email. I'm always here to help you guys. And if you do want to make a purchase, please do it through my links. It does help to support the channel. Guys, I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season. I know I did. You know, I haven't been doing too much lately. I definitely am going to try to put up more videos. What I do a lot of times is I'll record a whole bunch of videos and then I schedule them to upload. I'm sorry that I'm not on a better schedule. I'll try to do a better job at that. But, you know, the holiday comes around, I'm like, I gotta go make some videos. But I've been spending so much time with family. It's just, you know, that's what I really love to do. So anyway, I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season. I hope that 2020 is good for not only you, but for me. And again, guys, have a wonderful day and take care.